Herbert Hoover, the president during the beginning of the Great Depression, had the difficult task of attempting to bring his nation back to its feet. Hoover implemented a variety of policies to seek recovery. Despite his hard work and attempts, he failed to save the agricultural market, failed in his internal economic policies, and jeopardized America's foreign policies. These fatal mistakes rendered Hoover's recovery attempts ineffective.
Rather than focusing on immediate problems that America faces as a nation, Hoover made long-term plans for the country which neglected the cries of the farmers. Hoover vetoed the McNary-Hahn proposals, which would provide government subsidies to farm products. As a result, the agricultural situation continued to worsen. To make more money, farmers would plant more crops. This was economically suicidal because it would drive the price of crops down and hurt the farmers as a whole. Overall, Hoover provided too little support for the farmers. He desired to provide an economic vehicle to sustain agriculture. However, direct support for the farmers would not come until Franklin Roosevelt's Agricultural Adjustment Act.
Hoover's second major failure was his ineffective internal economic policies. Like most countries at the time, Hoover believed that all money should be backed by gold. By strictly adhering to the gold standard theory, Hoover essentially increased deflation. Not only did the already indebted farmers suffer, but the decrease in liquidity also resulted in less investments and less industrial production, which led to more unemployment. Additionally, Hoover failed to address the inherent problems of the banking system, which proved to be detrimental, as nearly 10,000 banks failed during the latter half of Hoover's term. Hoover's voluntaristic approaches such as the National Credit Association died out as his more direct approaches like the Relief and Reconstruction Act simply came too late. In the end, Hoover's stubborn adherence to the gold standard, lack of decisive action in response to the failing banking problem, and belated government policies all were proved to be ineffective in combating the Great Depression.
Hoover's ineptitude made international relations weak and jeopardized America's power in global trade. In order to protect the American economy, Hoover pushed the Hawley-Smoot tariff through Congress, which hiked the import tariff rate up to 60%. The price Hoover would pay for protecting the economy, however, was an even more chaotic depression. Debt-ridden nations needed to sell their products on American soil to recover, but the stone wall erected by the tariff made foreign trade within America unprofitable. To make matters worse, other nations also began raising tariffs in response, which further shrunk international trade. Hoover believed that the tariff would pump money into the failing economy. This backfired because it stagnated the flow of currency between nations. Hoover's plans for the international debt cycle also proved to be ineffective. In order to aid Germany and stabilize the international economy, Hoover proposed a one-year moratorium. This temporary solution, however, only delayed the depression, and in the end, it prevented American creditors from receiving the $10 billion they loaned to European governments. Overall, Hoover's international policies led to a toxic decrease in international trade and cut the international debt cycle. Hoover's policies failed to bring America out of the Depression because they did not supply aid to the farmers, did not reform the internal economic infrastructure, and did not resolve the international economy. Even though Hoover's term as president proved to be fruitless and unproductive, his policies were a step towards stronger regulation via the federal government.